This new album's a breakthrough then. It's a breakthrough.
I am busting a ceiling I think I've needed to, break out of for a while. But also, I fully believe in God's timing. And I fully believe now just is the time for it to have made sense.
Cruz Show. Kehlani is here.
That was crazy.
Crazy, right?
Wow. You took me all kind of
Intro
through
by
there.
Nico Blitz right there.
Yeah, word to y'all. Y'all ate that.
Crazy,
I was a little scared of some of that, but it's okay. Here we are. We made it to the great.
Is it crazy to listen back to the catalog like that?
It is. I be forgetting how much music I have in the world.
There's a lot of music.
It's a lot of music.
Since 2014, my G, we've been dropping. Crazy.
Cloud 19.
Cloud 19 was crazy.
Lord, it's been a decade, guys.
Congratulations. Give it up.
Thank you.
That's huge, man. 2024, you gave us 2 of them, right? You gave us Crash While We Wait 2.
Yeah. I said I wasn't done. Y'all thought y'all had me in the first half. Yeah.
And then we got a new album on the way.
Sure do.
Yeah.
Sure do.
What can we say?
I can say that it is a very confident body of work. It is a very
as usual
actualized body of work. I think I wanted to prove to myself that I could make what I love the most, and that I could really tap into all the things that made me me, and kind of get back in my student bag. I think it's a very studious.
That explains the outfit today.
Yeah, very studious.
Studious, my G.
And magical in a Hogwarts kind of
I was going to say, I didn't want to clown, though, but I'm like, I love the...
little Harry Potter
I love the Harry Potter moment.
Yeah, we love her.
Expecto Patronum, you feel me?
Right, exactly. All that. Yeah, petroleum jelly, everything he said.
Yo.
Right.
Now you want to get back to that, though.
Well, yeah, I really wanted to
that.
I wanted to make a great R&B album. And I am working on making a great R&B album with some of my favorite people of all time who I've always loved, who in other eras of my life, the time hadn't worked out for us to work together. And for some reason, everything is just falling perfectly into place. I'm not even having to do nothing. And it's just like, oh, this person called, wants to do a session today. This person wants to get in. This person wants to hop on this. This person wants to know if you have a song. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. And it's just happening. And I'm just letting it all just unfold.
Let it all happen. It's
not
happening.
To be funny.
Right.
No.
It is
unfold.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's all happening for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's no longer happening to you. It's happening for you.
Yeah.
The universe has answered back.
Absolutely.
That's
what
great.
are some of the things you would say that you had to tap in? Because, you said I had to tap into things about myself to make this.
I think I really had to get making music for any other reason than loving the craft. I'm not saying that I ever had that as a major motive, but there was times when it came from angles like I have to prove myself right now, or I need to exit this conversation and maybe enter this conversation, or this was so that I could make something so people could go to the club, or any other reason than just I love music. I want to make the best music I can make, and I want to be in love with it to where when it comes on in a situation like that, I don't go like this to any of the songs. I just love it forever. I want to love this album for the rest of my life. So I think I'm accomplishing that.
So we made you cringe a little bit this morning.
You made me cringe a little bit, but also my voice has changed so much. I used to be a really heavy smoker, and I used to kind of just not really take care of myself in that way. And I'm really healthy. My voice is really healthy. I sound really mature. I put a lot of the work in to get my voice to a really healthy, mature place. And you can just hear it differently now, I feel like, than some of the songs. But again, I was 19 or 20 and I'm 30 now. I would hope my voice has matured.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So now, singers like you, right? Your voice is your tool.
Yeah.
And you sing so much that you almost, at the end of the day, could sound like a smoker because
for sure.
you constantly use your voice.
Yeah. I have
the voice gets husky, right?
Right. And I have nodules on my vocal cords. I'm overdue for a vocal cord surgery.
Ooh.
No feeling bad. It just is what it is. It's always been like that. It's given me a really cool texture to my voice. I just don't have the downtime. If I'm not on tour, I'm making an album. If I'm not making the album, I'm then touring the album. I'm never really in an off season musically.
You got to make time.
I'm going to make time at some point, but it just means I lose my voice quicker than most people. And I'm constantly calling the emergency voice doctor to come save me and help me get me through things to be able to pull up and do a performance. I feel like people hear me more than any other artist get on stage and go, I'm sorry, y'all gonna have to help me sing it today because my voice is hoarse. But one day I'll have the time.
One day. Is there vocal rest though? Do you not talk for a few days?
You don't talk. You drink all type of nasty stuff and eat nasty stuff and go on a non-acidic diet and do all these. Like, will the
preserves
surgery
it, right?
change my voice? The surgery will definitely change my voice. Hopefully, it doesn't get any higher. Hopefully, it's just more clear and more strong, and my ability to keep my voice for, longevity purposes. I think that's really the goal. I want to be able to, like, not have the third show on tour be any shakier than the first show. And I always end up pushing through. It's been very rare that I've had to cancel something. More so often because I'm sick than my voice is gone. But I really just want to be like an athlete. And I kind of operate in that way, but I need my voice to keep up with my adrenaline.
Yeah, I never really thought of that because, like, as a DJ, like, one of my biggest fears is, like, actually losing my hearing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You
So,
gotta
like,
be
as a
careful with them
vocalist-
headphones.
Yeah,
That's right.
So then, as a vocalist, you're just like, man, I'm really not trying to lose my voice later down the line.
I think about how often you go out at night and you're like yelling over music because you're talking on it. You're getting in these exciting conversations at the club, and you're
Okay, a lot of music. Let's get it.
right. And then the next morning you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Now you're on a tour. You're the singer. You have to host the after party. You drink some alcohol. You're yelling at people. You're talking to people. You're
Sure,
talking in the meet and greets. You get to the show. You're like, I'm cooked. Then you have 3 shows in a row.
Yeah.
You're traveling.
And even just the conversation can strain your voice.
The AC on the bus,
Yikes.
drying
That's right.
you out.
Nah, that's right.
That's crazy.
The smoke in the
smoke,
club,
yeah.
like there's just all
Smoke
these
in your lungs,
factors,
you feel me?
right, all that good stuff. That you just have to consider, and it's like an athlete can get injured, playing at the park, and then they're a
No, yeah.
professional basketball player, and they get to the park and they just fall. It's so crazy to me because I feel like basketball injuries be over the dumbest stuff.
I've said this so many times.
It's like never when they're doing something serious. It's like they
Exactly.
step back and bam, ankle broke, AC tore. Like
There was last year in our fantasy basketball league, somebody was out because they they got a splinter putting together a dresser. I was like, sir, what are we doing here?
they'll be playing so hard they just take one step and they twist something. I'm like, wow. So it's like that for us too. We could just talk
that
and be like,
gentle.
I was talking wrong. There's a such thing as talking wrong. Where like you're talking out of the wrong register of your voice. You're using the wind wrong, and it's making your chords scrape each other rather than like
Glide.
close. They need to close. They can't like do this,
So when you're on a roller coaster, you just gotta feel it. You can't express it.
Oh my God, if I have shows coming up, like if I go to a roller coaster on an off day, I have to shut.
Yeah, you just have to feel it and not express it, right?
I have to be quiet.
Yeah.
I'm on there like,
In a way, it helps you be present, I guess.
yeah, you have to be hyper aware.
Also, as a parent, I'm a parent, right? You can't yell at your kids.
I don't yell at my kid.
All right, at all?
No, I've never yelled
That's
at her.
right.
But that's just
That's
been like,
coming soon, by the way. Trust me. That's
I'm not
coming
here to
soon.
shame any parent for sometimes. The only time I've yelled at her is when she picked up an incense when I wasn't looking and dipped it into the candle. And it's already burnt halfway by the time she goes,
it's a
Mom,
fire
oh my
hazard.
God, it's hot. And I said, no. And I said, put it down. I freaked out. But then she's never experienced me yell at her. So she melted down. I melted down. I'm really like talk to her about everything.
Gentle
different than
parenting?
Yes, and that was like a real choice. We all grow up differently and want to experience, parenthood differently. I'm not here to shame any parent for having to raise their voice, especially in situations.
No.
There's people
When you
with
got
multiple
boys,
parents.
Yeah,
and
no. When you got boys, you got to raise your voice.
I have a soft little girl. Like
That's
I have
right,
a
yeah.
little soft girl. Like where the second she always says like, "Oh, you're using your serious tone," because I'll let her know I'm talking in my serious tone now,
That's
which
right,
means what
that's
I'm
right.
saying is something worth paying attention to, maybe a little differently than what I was saying before, and I change my tone. And maybe my cadence of like, I really mean this. And I explained to her, like, I really, really mean this a little differently than what I was just saying before. And that's how we kind of get through the
They'll
moments
tell
where
you.
I want to. But also,
They'll tell you
she's
that
only
that
6.
You hurt their feelings. right?
What if I gotta yell when she's 10? I don't want to stop myself
You
from
gonna
being
have
like,
to.
I might have to at some point be like, girl. But it's still in a gentle way.
Yeah.
To middle school, that's when everything changes.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna give a lot of this back and forth.
Crazy looks, yeah.
The look, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The attitude, though, in middle
She
school
got
was
she
real.
got that already, y'all. Got it already.
You're silly, right?
She did.
How was
Aw.
that like? Did you have to coach her?
No, she's just really shy. Like she's extreme. She's like a very like, Mom, did you put that selfie that you took of me? It was not for Instagram. I told you which one you can put on Instagram. I told you which one is just for my grandpa. I'm like, okay, perfect. Now let's go. Your boundaries with all the things. And she actually was super shy in that interview until she whipped out her little laboo-boos, and she was able to like ask me the questions through the laboobos. So now I'm getting interviewed by the laboobo, and now her confidence is coming out. And now she's like, oh, okay, like, here's what I wanted to say. And I'm like, that's fine. Like, whatever mode what is it, modality, like whatever tool
Whatever
you
helps,
needed,
yeah.
whatever helps. And it was just really funny because the second the cameras turned off and I said it, there she goes. Jumping and yelling and being like, oh, I should have asked you this, and then maybe next time I could ask you this, and then I could wear this outfit. And I was like, yeah, but the second the cameras came on, she was like, oh my God.
You know what
But
I
we're
noticed?
all like that.
You cross your arms like a parent. You're,
Oh, I'm like talking like this. Sorry, guys, I'll loosen up.
no, it's all good. We're all,
It's the motherhood of it all.
yeah, no, listen, we're dads, Jeff and I, they're on their way. They're engaged.
Oh,
These
congratulations.
two, no kids yet. You know what I'm saying? Les wants kids, but there's a
Time and place, journey, yeah. Enjoy it
time
right
and
now,
place for
girl.
everything.
Go do all the vacations. Leave the country if you feel like it. Just
Yeah.
hop up and go.
On a
Do it while you
Wednesday.
can.
Yeah, go work,
Oh, yeah.
go have fun.
Just disappear. We love that.
But
Come
no,
on.
for sure. Yo,
Yeah.
out the window. I love out the window because it's like, there's like, don't leave, don't stay. Like, there's not enough songs like that. A lot of people,
Yeah,
because
bring
the attitude
back
of the
begging
world,
and pleading.
a lot of the attitude of the world is leave. I don't care. There's someone, right
Yeah.
behind you. That's
Yeah.
next. But you're saying, and like folded too. Like I folded your clothes, so there's still space for
There's
us.
something.
Yeah.
The window open. Yeah, I think I really missed a certain energy in R&B that wasn't so jaded. And I would never put the blame on a generation or anybody. I was a part of that. You know what I mean? For a while, I was in the generation that was like really getting into my like hyper individualistic, like super healing. I don't need y'all. Y'all got me messed up. Like that's how I felt. Granted, I think that's how a lot of us women were experiencing love in this generation and in this time. And you get to a more mature age and you realize there's a lot more that goes into these dynamics and relationships. Like sometimes it just isn't over when you thought it was. And sometimes it isn't that easy to walk away. And sometimes you do mess up and you want to get on your knees and be like, please, whatever you do, like you lose that pride that you kind of have in your early 20s of like, and F you anyways, and I don't need that anyways. Yeah. And I think that that's where a lot of my perspective and a lot of the change in my music is coming from is just I'm an adult now, like a real adult. Like,
Yeah. Now we here.
I've been coming in here since I was, 19 and I'm 30 now. And like, I just have a lot more, just a different perspective and different things to say.
And I
the
kinda feel
narrative right now is having a boyfriend is embarrassing.
I don't even deal with the boyfriend stuff. So you guys, you straight women, you do what you want with the boyfriend conversation.
No, but I also feel like what you were saying.
I'm like, that's not my ministry.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Sorry, love you guys.
But what you do mention, like a lot of like women were going through that kind of phase of like, okay, well, I don't need you, and now we're tapping back into our femininity a lot, and I feel like that's what was missing. Is just like, okay, well, now I want to express my femininity to this one person, and I want them to.
I mean, you have to feel safe.
Yeah,
and I feel like
Word
there's
to Cardi B.
Yeah, word to my sister. I feel like there is a certain level of grown and sexy that you can only feel when you feel safe. That can, like, this is a trifecta. It's like a domino effect of, emotions that you can experience. If I don't feel safe, I'm going to be on guard, and therefore my perspective is going to be very guarded. If I feel safe, and I will say a lot of my safety as an adult comes from my own, like the parameters I've set around myself and the things that I've built around myself and the healing that I've done myself, rather than waiting for someone to get me into my soft girl era. My soft girl era has been introduced because I decided that it was my time to do so, not because of a relationship. I spent most of a year single. Like, I really just wanted to, like, technically a year, actually, just like being like, I want to set this aside and I don't want to like lock in anything. I just want to put myself in a position where like I'm waking up every day, I'm going to the gym, I'm eating healthy, I have my schedule, I'm not waking up and considering anything else before me except my child. I'm spending OD time with my child, we're doing fun things together, and then by the time I get in a relationship, that will be secondary. In a good way, in a positive way.
Right.
And that means
your
that
course is already set.
Right. And that means that the softness had to be introduced before you do anything else.
No, that's right. Like your songs, I think, are the closest to like cater to you that we could get, right? Like Destiny's Child cater to you, like.
Yeah, and you know what? That's not a bad song. A lot of people will say that Cater to You coming out right now would be embarrassing.
Nah, why? Why would it be embarrassing?
I don't know. I'm a lover girl down, and I think when you are really in love and somebody makes you feel taken care of, you want to take care back in the way that exchange makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Kehlani, there's like a Cater to You folded mashup. I don't know if you ever heard that one.
You know what? I really heard. I performed the Cater to You After Hours mashup on tour.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
that's
I'm
crazy.
like,
I'm sorry, After
oh,
Hours.
okay, yeah, I
After
performed it on
Hours,
tour.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
perform it sometimes. So that's my jam.
What do you think about like Folded just being that one song being like mashed up over and over and over again by all the DJs over the past, I don't know, couple months?
I love it. I've been getting told my whole career that I was one song away. I wouldn't say my whole career because,
No,
you know.
but they've said that a while.
Right, for a while now, for the last like 5-6 years, people were like, man, you do the big tours and the album, you're like a project person. Like, the albums do well.
You're a
and
body
like,
of work person,
yeah, you're a body of work girl, like whatever. And then I always get, but you're one song away from this leap that everybody wants you to make, from poking through this ceiling that we feel like you deserve to poke through. You've had the artist development. You've taken, it's been years. I've been doing this since I was, 13, 14. And Folded finally breaking that mold. It's been a really interesting feeling because on one hand, I'm like, wow, it's been so long. But on the other hand, I'm like, but if you peep that I have the, foundation, and I've been lucky to like, if this goes away, when people move on from Folded, no one can say, I'm just the Folded girl. You know?
Because, if you look behind, there's so much there.
Years and years and years and tours and tours and tours. I remember playing venues that were 300 people, and now I'm playing some arenas in certain places. And like I built that brick by brick. It wasn't due to my one song or my one project. So I'm really grateful for that.
Now you got to think back to songs like 8 and Groove Theory, Close Off. You got to think back to songs like that.
And that's pretty recent still. I'm thinking back to Cloud 19. I'm thinking back to You Should Be Here. I'm thinking back to Sweet Sexy Savage. Like I'm thinking about just teenage me. So SoundCloud me even.
Man, I remember when because I'm from the Bay, so I remember when Cloud 19 dropped, that shit just took fire everywhere.
Yeah, that was a Bay baby project for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
Were you a love letter ghostwriter in high school?
I've never been a ghost person at all.
Did you write love letters for people?
Yeah,
in
and
high
I
school?
put my name on it.
Oh, you put your name on it.
Just foolish. Just out there, just foolish, just down for, and I said it, I'm putting it on my chest. I wrote love letters. I wrote notes. I wrote
for other people.
Yeah, but by then we was having phones and computers and stuff. So I was calling people MySpace comments, leaving them Facebook comments and stuff like that. Yeah, come on.
I'm so sorry. I got hella questions now. So I was talking to Guap
Dad
4000.
Yeah.
Can you confirm whether you created his name or not?
I'm pretty sure I gave him that name. I'm pretty sure at the time I was walking around just adding things to the end of people's names in general. Like I feel like in the Bay we do that. Like people was calling me Lonnie Bo. All time, you remember that era? We was just adding stuff,
You're just adding stuff to your name.
Leaky Bo.
Right, we do all. I feel like there's a million of those in the Bay, and
Hilarious.
I think at the time, I had just said Guap Dad 4000 being funny, and he was like, "That's fine," and he kept it, and like I forgot that until I seen his interview, and I was like, "Oh." That did happen.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I said it so in passing, like it wasn't serious. And the fact that it's lasted this long, word to Guap.
That's right. That's right.
Word to Guap.
Take that credit. Take that credit. It's all good. Do you do Reiki?
Do I do Reiki? Like, do I get it done?
Do you do it?
No,
why do.
Am I giving that right now?
I don't know.
Is it the Harry Potter of it all?
Maybe. Y'all know what Reiki is?
No clue.
No.
I think like it's energy work. Like above your body in your energy field. To be honest, I just don't have time. My mom do Reiki.
Right.
Yeah. My mom, when I retired her, my aunt, when I retired her, she, word to my auntie.
Let's go.
My auntie, if y'all know, my aunt raised me, and for that, I will forever take care of her. So I call her my mom. And when I retired her, she went to school. She went to like massage school and like energy school. And she just be knitting stuff and doing Reiki and buying crystals and doing whatever she want to do with her life now. Okay, it's great. So yeah, word to my, if you in the Bay, you want some Reiki done, call my mama.
That's right.
She sure do. She love a house call.
Come on.
Yeah, she's a great body worker.
Let's just want to be touched.
Yeah.
The Reiki, hey,
Right. They stay above you.
We'll take it how we get it, man. We'll take it how we get it. You know what I mean? Nah.
When an idea like out the window or folder come into your head, how quickly do you act on it? Like you get that idea, usually like everybody else, you're doing something different than sitting down to write. And how quickly do you have an idea and then take action immediately and expound on that idea?
This is so funny. This reminds me, my friend Jamie, who's in the corner over there, told me this quote about Michael Jackson that she learned recently, where like Michael Jackson, even if he got an idea in the middle of the night, he would wake up and do it because he believed if he didn't, this idea would go to some cloud that went to Prince. And then Prince would get the idea.
Yo, it was that competitive. It was that competitive.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that it came out that they had these ideas about each other. Like, Prince was like, I got to do it before Michael does it. I don't have that feeling about anyone else. Like, it's not particular to anyone else. But I do believe that God gives you what is for you. And if you intercept spirit in that way, you intercept God in that way, like, it will trickle its way and creatively. I think it will find its way. So I witnessed it so many times. I have an idea, I don't act on it, and then someone else does it, and I'm like, dang. But I also am like a mad scientist in the way of like, I'm an anxious person. When I get an idea, and I'm like, next thing you know, there's 3 different group chats. There's 3 new group chats, and she's laughing because she know there's 3 different group chats. There's like, here's the visual people. I need to make this happen visually, and here's whoever's gonna go into how stylistically we're gonna do this. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to the store and we're gonna get boards, and then we're gonna cover all the boards with this is the board of what it's gonna sound like texturally, and this is what's gonna look like if you think a color scheme. Next thing you know, 4 months later, the album's a completely new album. Those boards are sitting collecting dust behind my.
Things change.
But at least I tried. At least I went for it. And the music exists somewhere. It's in my hard drive in the ethers. So
usually people like you have like inventions too in your head that like if you had time you would invent something.
All the time, especially when I used to smoke weed.
Especially
Not anymore.
Smoke. Nah,
yeah, I was like, oh, it would be crazy. Right. Now I'm more kind of like, now I'm too logistical. Like, I'm like, that would cost a lot of money to make. Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, I would, right? Yeah. And we got music to make. And
music, back to it.
Back to it, man. Album on the way. Yep.
2026.
Early 2026?
Yeah, I usually come in the spring. Spring is kind of like my little happy time to bloom.
You have a title worked out?
I do, and y'all can't know it
No,
because I'm going to announce in December.
I'm just asking if you have it worked out.
I do. This is the first album where I've ever known exactly what I was making.
Good for you.
The second I decided. I will say this album came together in about 4 months. Everything on this album came after Folded.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Done.
It's almost done. Okay. I'm in like final vocals, mixing.
All the features are in?
The features are rolling in. They're all coming in. They're all really cool. They're all people that I really respect and look up to. And they were just like supernatural. Girl, I love what you're doing. Let me get on the song. I was like, what? You can have anything you want. And I was making another album before this where, you know, I was referring to that when we went and got the boards and we did it up, and I was in my room and I made like 80 songs in my room just alone with my engineer, just like she's coming over, we're writing it in my bedroom, whatever. And then one day I go to Hawaii, I'm writing, and I make one song and I go, this is probably what I should be making. I have to pivot. Everything else was a little sounding like I made it in the corner of my bedroom. It was a little more introspective and darker, and a little just like I'm in this crazy period after everything I experienced last year, and I just want to like tuck away. And I made the first song that felt like, oh, I'm out here. Yeah. And it feels like a breakout. It feels like external to me. And I was like, I probably should pivot to that. It makes sense after the year I've had, after the Grammy noms for the last project, after the last project going the way it did and the tour going the way it did. I was like, okay, I should probably lean this way. And then
you were feeling away.
I was feeling away.
Yeah,
I had some stuff to prove. And then a couple months later than that, I ended up randomly going to Miami because there was a feature I needed to knock out, and the guy on the song was like, you have to come to Miami, we have to do it in person. And I was like, sure. Nothing ended up happening to that song, and I was like, I don't want to waste time, we should just go to this studio house and make music. And Dre Harris came with this beat from him and DK the Punisher and Chris, and they just handed it over to me in their room, and I just kept singing, come pick up your clothes. Like I just kept mumbling it, and everybody was like, wait, we should expand on that. And the song became what it was, and now here we are. Woo. And now everything on this album is after that. So
wow.
Wait, so because you had that like album that you were working on, do you think that would ever get released, or is it just kind of one of those things where like maybe I needed that to get to this?
I think it was more of a cathartic experience. There's like a couple songs that I go back to where I'm like, this is actually the greatest song I've ever written in my life.
Wow.
Like, but by my metric of songwriting, like when I'm listening to Joni Mitchell or the Beatles or old James Brown, or like old when Quincy Jones was orchestrating everything, and I'm Stevie Wonder, and I'm listening to like grandly written emotional songs. By my metrics, I was writing some of the best things in my life. I've experienced those songs not be for the time I was putting them out. You know, well, maybe when I'm in my 40s and it's like, it's time to have these very mature, very like extravagantly written, because it was just me and my engineer. It was no musicians. It was just me just like throwing up all over these beats, basically.
Wow.
So when it's time for those, if they ever have to escape the vortex, like they will. But right now, I'm still 30. I'm still, I got some things to say right now that are more urgent than those things that might, you know, need to come out when I'm 40.
So this new album's a breakthrough then. It's a breakthrough.
I am busting a ceiling I think I've needed to, you know, break out of for a while, but also I fully believe in God's timing, and I fully believe now just is the time for it to have made sense astrologically, even for me, in my age, in my perspective, in my mental health journey, in my motherhood. Like everything was leading to this being the healthiest time of my life for this kind of breakthrough to happen. I don't think I could have handled the success that I'm currently experiencing at any other time because I wasn't healthy enough.
For sure. This is why AI could never.
Oh, child.
You feel me? This is why AI could never, because there's no real emotion. There's no real emotion in it like that. You know,
there isn't.
AI can't replace emotion.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's going to be one of those things where like, it's like popping a pimple. Like it's gonna get so crazy, and then it's gonna explode, and then we're gonna go, okay, what was that? That was crazy. Let's get back to the real shit.
Did you see what came out of it?
Yeah, right. Gross. Moving on.
Right. We had Eric Bellinger on, and he's signed to AI artists, and Timbaland's all about it as well. I know you and SZA feel a way about it, right?
Yeah.
And rightfully so. You know, Jermaine Dupri is like, that's not the wave.
Yeah.
You know, and
I think it's one of those things where the argument is that life is changing regardless, and culture is shifting, and technology is always going to advance. But I just believe in purity to the arts. Like, I'm not ever going to apologize for being a purist in arts to a certain extent. Obviously not to the point where I'm like, we need to all play violins and be classically trained. You know what I mean? I think that the moment you can equate prompting something and having it make this entire, and I think what I think is I don't think the public knows how AI music works. I think that they're saying, and I'm going to use the girl for an example, they're arguing with us saying, no, she's writing these songs and then just this thing is creating the image and the voice. No. All you have to do is prompt the AI. As in, I can go in right now and say, I want a mid-tempo ballad that relates to this certain demographic of people, that talks about this kind of struggle, that has brandy ad-libs, brandy vocals, a third verse, a key change, a modulation, and then see what it gives me back. And then go, maybe I don't really like that. How about a second verse that has something to do with joy and then losing your joy? That's not writing a song. That's erasing all these incredible songwriters in history who were able to transmute emotion and able to learn song structure and go, wow, how do I get him in the first verse? How do I translate this conversation that we're having into these 4 lines that just punch you in the gut the second you hear it? Then how do I make that go into something that makes people groove in the pre-hook? And then I get to this hook and I have to make people want to sway their hands at this concert. All of that is an art.
yeah, it's cheating the game.
They aren't doing any of that. It's none of that is happening. It's going, how about you, it's rolling the dice. And then saying, here's my result that I've got with my first dice roll. Let me maybe make some edits there. And it's doing it for me. I'm all for tools. I'm all for people having proper tools. I'm all for people having opportunity where there wasn't opportunity. But it is erasing everything people put into that. What about the mixing engineers? What about the producers? What about the instrumentalists? What about the people that you call to make the cover art? And the photography has gotten us so far in music culture. We equate some of our favorite, musicians with their iconic album covers. Now you can just put me in the background of a da-da-da-da. Now put me in the jungle.
Yeah.
And boom.
Boom, now I'm in the jungle for my album Jungle.
Yeah, for real.
And then what about all the voices that they're using to put together and we can't prove it?
The relatability too is just, it's not there.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm seeing people in these AI artist comments saying you are anointed. Like you are so gifted from God. Well, everybody else should consider making better music. We are training this musician.
Yeah.
Everything
Nah,
we've
that's
done.
right.
Yeah.
It's learning from y'all.
Everything
Yeah, that's
we've
right.
done has trained this. That
Yeah.
AI artist dropped a project called Unfolded. 2 weeks after I dropped Unfolded, and it is currently at the moment being talked about the most. And you're supposed to tell me I have no right to be upset. That is a computer. I'm not even mad at the girl. Let's be clear. Get it, girl. You look great, but don't ignore what you've done.
Yeah.
And you know you're getting this at a time where there's no parameters, no protection for us as artists. You stole all of our voices and mixed it up. Voices that we trained for, voices we've had to like lose, and finding a voice I needed surgery for.
Yeah,
like,
I was
well,
about
like
to say.
The
Yeah.
life you had to live.
a life I had to
Well,
live, our
Let's not
stories.
leave out the sacrifice
Right.
that it
And-
takes to get here.
And again, if someone is here today and they blow up overnight, I'm not going to tell a human person you didn't deserve to blow up overnight. You must have made something so incredible that you blew up overnight. I'm not going to tell them, oh, you didn't have no struggle. You didn't do this since you were 14 and have a bunch of no's and doors slammed in your face. But you were a human who made something as a human and people loved it. I'm going to respect that the same. The computer, I can't respect.
I feel
I
it.
can't respect. And then it's the lying about it. It's the lie. Oh, well, I'm writing the songs and it's just singing it. That is a lie. It's a lie. And I don't want to be like the part of me asshole. I don't know if I can say that. Sorry.
Say it.
You say-
The asshole who's in the comments of everything being like, oh no, this is just not the truth. But if we can say what it is, if we can tell the truth about it, maybe it can have its own charts.
Yeah.
Maybe it can have its own
Yeah.
charts. Maybe
Its
it
own
can have
category,
its own.
sure, yeah.
Let the computers duke it out.
Right,
Oh
right.
my God, I want to see which computer was better than which computer.
Best new AI artist category.
Right.
I got the M3.
But at this point, you got we. Why am I competing with a computer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not fair. That's
Yeah.
not safe.
Come in the room and write the song.
Yeah.
Come in the room and produce the song. A matter of fact, let's work together. You write so good. Why don't you write with me, for me? If you can't sing, come write. Let's write.
Yeah.
But it's the computer. And then y'all want to cap about iRobot and is iRobot taking over everything and yada. Okay. Same thing.
Nah, I feel it. Nah, listen. I know it's a wild conversation to have. You know,
Yeah, it
Eric
gets me
Bellinger-
tight.
No, I know. Sorry, I know.
No,
But it is
it's okay.
happening
It's
to
okay.
us,
I'm just
right?
passionate.
It's happening to us, you know. And Eric Bellinger was like, "I'm not going to be the last one to not do it." You know.
I
what
mean, look, everybody trying to get their money. I respect it, but can we just bring the love back?
Bring the
It's
love
real,
back.
bro.
What's the name of the album? Isn't it?
Bring the love back.
Bring the love back.
Right.
Out soon.
Right.
Kehlani,
My album
everybody,
is
let's
actually called
go.
FAI. Yeah.
Me Against AI. Out soon in spring. Nah, yo, congratulations. Come see us
Thank
anytime.
you.
It's
I
love,
sure
okay?
will.
Kehlani,
Thanks,
let's get it.
guys.
Cruz Show, Real 92.3.